Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Temtem video. Today's video is going to be a guide on a new farming method for Pansuns. Now, let me just say before we begin, we are currently in the early days of Kisiwa, so over time better methods may be found, and as of right now there are two main methods that are sort of being thrown around. Today I want to focus on one of these two, as I think it's better not necessarily because it yields more Pansun per capture, but more so because of the convenience of its location and its consistency, as well as the fact that it's definitely better for free tem, which has been a problem for a lot of people. Special thanks to Cascable and everyone else in the Temtem Discord for sort of spitballing some ideas around and throwing figures and I guess sort of guiding me in the right direction. It makes it a lot easier when you have a unified community to come out with these types of videos, especially when we talk about so many different games on the channel. But anyways, with all that out of the way, let's jump right into it. For setup, it's going to sound pretty familiar. You're going to grab two Wimplumps with Cold Breeze, level them up preferably to the level cap, but honestly it doesn't matter that much. It'll give you a little more bulk, but it's nothing too serious. If you're going for 100% max efficiency, you could breed two perfect ones for max damage output and max resistance, but like I said, I don't think it's too necessary. It's sort of like the Magmis Spawn. You're not going to run into much trouble, and honestly even less so because they're not burning you every 5 seconds like the Magmises do. So yeah, throw a 4-leaf clover on the first one, and for the other one, since you don't really need Pansun screen because you're not getting burnt, you have a couple of options. Now, one is the Turban, which reduces earth type damage by 20%, which, let's be honest, earth ain't doing much to begin with. Or you could throw on a Baton Pass, and I think this is like the far more superior method. What this item does is it gains 8% of your Temtem's health each time it enters the battlefield, so it adds a significant amount of sustain, though like I said, it's not a huge issue, but definitely if you're going for max efficiency, throw this on. In the video you're watching, I personally don't have a Baton Pass yet, so I'm just going with the Turban. Next up is the location, and it's honestly quite convenient. Right next to the Vumbi Dojo is this little cave where you have to fight a couple Belsotos off for the Dojo Master. It's called Juu Cave. It's located right in Vumbi, and all you have to do is hop in and start spinning around in circles and trying to get spawns as fast as possible. The spawns here are Grumvel and Zizar. Grumvel is very easy to capture once frozen, and Zizar, whilst being more difficult to capture, it yields a respectable amount of Pansun to compensate. Now basically you're just going to run around until you get an encounter, double Cold Breeze, freeze them, and then catch. Pretty straightforward. The potential spawns here are pretty good, so while they'll net you less per catch than, let's say, Cenote, you'll be catching them a lot faster, making it a much more reliable method in general. Other factors to consider are that there is a significant amount of travel time between Cenote and the nearest shop, with potential wild battles on the way. You could avoid half of that with the smoke bomb, but then those also cost money. Either way, this area is literally steps from a shop, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And it works towards those free time rewards, which some of them are worth money. So yeah, I ran a few tests and I'll share with you guys the average Pansuns per hour for each. Remember to keep in mind that my Wimplumps aren't even maxed just yet, so your results will probably be slightly better. I figure most people farming wouldn't have two perfect Wimplumps specifically TV trained. I know the top players would, but most people won't. So I think most people will yield somewhat similar results to me, if not slightly better. So in test 1, I averaged about 10k by the end of the hour. In test 2, I averaged about 11k by the end of the hour. And then in test 3, I actually averaged almost 12k by the end of the hour. So while not extremely better than Cenote per se, it's definitely a step up from a free tem and consistency perspective. I've personally had some terrible runs in the Cenote with as low as 7k in an hour. Yeah, you heard that right. It sucked. I had problems catching the Ukama sometimes. Sometimes stuff just doesn't want to go in the cards, and sometimes Schweens just don't want to show up. I've also had some runs with as high as 14k, so it really does range, whereas you can see with this there is a range, but it's similar, 10k, 11k, 11k, and it's basically decided solely on how lucky you are with Zizar rather than all three spawns. So yeah guys, this was the first of two farming methods, and I want to spend more time with the second before I make any sort of guide, as there is a larger margin for it holds a lot more of the rarer spawns. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at GymLeaderEd. Check out our subscriber Discord. All links in the description. Until next time, guys. Peace.